no wires, no LEDs, just the original luminance, crafted by creatures who never knew daylight. Tonight's broadcast is powered by nature's wildest art form, light born from biology. No wires, no LEDs, just the original luminance, crafted by creatures who never knew daylight. From deep-sea dragons to shallow water sparkle bombs, bioluminescence adapted not just to survive, but to dazzle. And it's everywhere, in ocean trenches, in squid signals, even in your backyard fungus after rain. Dim your lights. We're not exploring the oceans. We're floating inside a living constellation. Luciferin meets oxygen, an enzyme. It acts as a matchmaker. The result? A photon freed from biological bonds. It's the chemistry of charisma. Light emission in biology usually falls into one of three categories, being autogenic, which is made by the organism itself, or it could be a symbiotic one, which is it borrowing it from glowing bacteria they host, or it can be acquired through their diet, from what they eat. Think vampire glow, but if your vampires are glowing, you might be watching the wrong vampire movie. Flashlight fish, eye spots that glow to startle predators. Vargula hillendorfii, glowing sea fireflies of Japan, used as wartime tools. Firefly squid, capable of coordinated body flashes, forming oceanic Morse code. Basically, they're texting each other through body glitter. Nature invented rave culture long before we invented glow sticks. Now let's look at some of their predation tactics. Anglerfish dangle glowing lures like deep-sea influencers. Shrimp spew glowing clouds to blind attackers. Think ink with attitude. Jellyfish use startle flashes. Copepods pulse erratically when threatened. Even some plankton trigger mass luminescent blooms as a defense, like pulling the fire alarm in a glowing school hallway. Male ostracods orchestrate dances with glow trails, designing temporary light canvases to seduce mates. Females respond with matching bursts. This is not flirting, it's synchronized choreography and pure biochemistry. Now, one of the big myths out there is about the color of this glow, and we'll go ahead and bust it. No, most bioluminescent organisms don't glow red. It's almost always blue or green. Why, you ask? Well, those wavelengths travel further underwater. Bioluminescence isn't just in the ocean. Fireflies, glowing fungi, and click beetles flash secrets in forests and caves, too. Let's get molecular with this one. Bioluminescence starts at the molecular level. GFP, green fluorescent protein, was first found in jellyfish and revolutionized cell biology. GFP was genetically cloned, inserted into mouse neurons, cancer cells, heart tissue. Now scientists use it to track development and disease with cinematic precision. But is there a human connection into this? Well, of course. Research into bioluminescence gave us visibility in surgery, early cancer detection, and even forensic science tools. We see where cells go, how they divide, when they turn rogue, all because one jellyfish had glowing guts. Some marine bacteria glow only when in a group called quorum sensing. Translation, they don't turn on the lights unless everyone's invited. Yeah, they're the biological version of introverts. They won't light up unless their buddies show up too. And these lights are being seen around the world, even with global events being attracted. Natural spectacle highlights, like Mosquito Bay in Puerto Rico with blue sparkles trail behind swimmers. Or maybe Toyama Bay in Japan, where firefly squid season turns the shore into electric velvet. Then in the Maldives, on the shorelines, bioluminescent plankton react to foot pressure. Sand turns to stars. During World War I, soldiers reported glowing wounds caused by a bioluminescent bacteria that actually kept infections at bay. Indigenous legends describe glowing creatures as spirits, nature's flickering messages from ancestral depths. And then later on in our own culture, glow became a metaphor. We say people radiate energy. We described heartbreak as a dimmed light. Bioluminescence gave us poetic vocabulary before we understood the science. So what might the future hold for these bioluminescent marvels? Engineers now prototype light-emitting crops for visual pest detection. Reef researchers test glowing coral markers for damage tracking. Imagine a city park seeded with genetically programmed moss that pulses in response to air pollution. Literally a breathing, glowing warning system, or emergency signage powered by glowing bacteria instead of batteries. Sustainable, beautiful, eerie. And to update some of the research that's already been happening, NASA experiments with extremophile glow proteins for monitoring astronaut health on Mars missions. Light doesn't just reveal, it reacts. In the deep sea's eternal night, glowing creatures make their own stars, not to impress us, but to survive, to communicate, to seduce, to thrive. Bioluminescence is biology's reminder that light isn't always external. Sometimes it's coded in your molecules, and maybe, just maybe, glow is memory. Life responding to pressure, darkness, and the promise of connection. The dark didn't win. It just taught life how to shine.
It's a bioluminescent bonanza.
Welcome back to the Aquatic News Network, where the fish don't care about your feelings, fam. I'm your anchor, Tommy, and today we're diving into something that's giving freshwater fish their moment in the spotlight. No predators, no panic, just precision, puzzle solving, and a splash of playful competition. It's time to rethink what it means to be fish smart. Let's start at the University of Texas, where researchers in the fish behavior stream are redefining freshwater psychology. Their subjects, poecillid fish, your guppies and mollies. Attitude, agility, and more brain power than you'd expect from a species that never learned algebra. These scientists aren't just staring into tanks, they're monitoring cognitive responses, social learning, and behavioral shifts using infrared cameras, data modeling, and software that looks like it came off an arcade board. They're charting fish decision making in real time. One researcher mentioned a molly hesitating at a fork, watching another fish take a risky turn, then choosing the safer path. That's not just instinct, that's tactical adaptation. Now, scale that up and you're swimming into the realm of NOAA Fisheries, an aquatic intel agency with over 150 years of survey history. They're tagging sturgeon, tracking forage fish, and releasing data streams that let scientists follow behavior shifts across seasons and ecosystems. Whether it's changes in water temperature, human interference, or other environmental shifts, fish are adjusting, sometimes altering migration patterns, feeding zones, or social hierarchies in ways that challenge long-standing assumptions. And no fear-mongering, folks. This is just pure observation and data. This isn't about a political narrative. It's about fish doing what fish do under changing conditions. Here's where the synthwave turns up. Inspired by behavioral studies, some labs are designing light-based obstacle courses, mirror confrontations, and novelty mazes that reveal how fish respond to unfamiliar stimuli. Okay. In one experiment, betta fish were placed in a translucent maze with adjustable lighting. When given a choice between red strobe zones and calm blue light, they chose blue. Every time. Stress response, sensory filtering, and adaptive preferences all in one flashy fin flick. It's not a sporting event per se, but let's be honest, these fish are competing in their own neon glowing arena of instinct and intellect. So here's the kicker. We came here to chew bubblegum and decode fish behavior, and we're all out of bubblegum. So from university labs to NOAA survey fields, freshwater fish are proving they've got moves, minds, and maybe even a little mischief. With every maze run and mirrored standoff, they remind us that intelligence in nature takes many forms, and sometimes it's wearing fins. Welcome back, Life Lab pioneers. I'm Tommy, your guide through the wild world of proper husbandry. Today, we'll unlock the secrets to turning any tank, aviary, or vivarium into a thriving and extraterrestrial ecosystem right here on Planet Home. Ready your lab coats. Let's cut the flipper nonsense. Bringing a pet home is not a sitcom prop. It's a living, breathing research project. Each species arrives with its own operating manual written in DNA. Ignore it and you're going to face stressed gills, plucked feathers, and scaly sulkfest. Embrace it and you've got yourself a four-legged, finned, or feathered companion who's fit as a fiddle. Fish are the silent alchemists of your home, but their ideal water varies wildly. Some fish dream of soft Amazon waters at 6.5 pH, and other fish like to party in hard alkaline lakes at, an 8.2 pH. Your mission? Become a water chemistry DJ. Here are some of the key parameters that you will want to research for your species. On fish, your pH and hardness. Measure both GH and KH. Your general hardness, in layman's terms, will track your calcium and magnesium minerals essential for proper osmoregulation. And your KH will monitor your carbonate and bicarbonate levels, so your pH's buffering superhero. Temperature. Document thermal sweet spots. For example, 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 to 28 C for tropical species. 10 to 20 C or 50 to 68 Fahrenheit for your temperates. Filtration and flow. Depending on the type of fish you have. Some don't like flow at all. Some like very little flow. Some like a lot of flow. So if you have one that likes an intermediate to a higher flow, aim for 4 to 6 times the tank's volume as a turnover rate per hour, and then adjust down from there. And of course, the nitrogen cycle. You need to be able to track and test your ammonia, your nitrite, and your nitrate. Never let that ammonia sneak above 0 ppm. If you would like to see more information on the nitrogen cycle, I just happen to have a video that I will put right here for you. Then another thing to check out is compatibility and stocking. Use species-specific charts to avoid surprise fin-nipping riots. It is absolutely worth it to check these things out. You take the time and energy and money, your labor, your time, put into putting this together, your thoughts, your usually great thoughts of taking care of something and giving it a better life than sitting in a random bowl or cup at a fish store. And on those test strips, learn to match those colors like a pro, because no one wants an ammonia Armageddon in their living room, or basement, or every room of the house for some of you folks. Now let's switch over to the avian side. Our feathered friends aren't just pretty party crashers, they're brainy. Mood swing machines. Mind these essentials. Cage size. For example, parakeets need at least 45 to 50 centimeters, a 1.5 to 2 feet. Think of it as their private lounge. Lighting and flight. 12 hours of light, absolutely, plus daily flight time. Birds deprived of daylight go bonkers. Cue the feather plucking opera. Enrichment is absolutely a key. Puzzle feeders, swings, mirrors, because a bored parrot is a feathered wrecking ball. A curious mind keeps stress hormones low, so offer foraging challenges and watch their cognition skyrocket. But what about mammals and reptiles? Yeah, two sides of the same coin. Temperature definitely matters. For example, guinea pigs and rabbits. 65 to 75 Fahrenheit, 18 to 24 C, low humidity, 60 to 30 centimeter minimum base. It's about a foot to 2 foot, foot by 2 foot minimum base. Provide tunnels and chew blocks for dental health and to keep them from getting bored. reptiles and amphibians, species-specific thermal gradients, hot side at 32°C, 90 Fahrenheit, cool side at 24°C or 75 Fahrenheit, UVB lighting for D, synthesis, and misting systems for rainforest frogs. Nobody rocks vitamin D like these reptiles out here. Are you husbandry ready? Do you know your pet's ideal pH, hardness, and temperature range? Do you know how often you need to do a water change and when it's necessary? Have you budgeted for specialized diets and vet visits? If you answered no or no idea to any of these, then pause your impulse purchase, crack open some journals, or call our husbandry hotline. That's a wrap on today's crash course in cosmic critter care. Stay curious, stay scientific, and keep those critters' communities thriving. This is Tommy signing off from the Aquatic News Network, where we bring the stories of the water to life.